find solutions to these challenges. And I must say that we are very excited to see
what. Oh yes, we are overwhelmed.
Yes. Tells us that the future is in great hands.
Yes.
Now you know it even gets better. After you've innovated these things, don't stop there. Come to the industrial property office and get them registered. You understand? There are so many avenues under the IP system. There are the patents, copyrights, trademarks, plant variety, geographical indications, and a whole lot.
So where does this one fall? This one I did it myself. Yeah. I picked sand from the gutter and I mixed it with cement and some other things which I won't tell you. And I came out with this. So where does this one fall?
We will register this under copyright.
Ah! I didn't copy anybody.
No!
I did it myself.
Yes. It's the rights that protects your intellect. You understand? Because you started this thing from scratch.
I didn't use scratch.
Oh, what he's trying to say is that from the beginning.
Yes, from the beginning and all of that. It is your brain that you use your intellect. So we are going to register that for you so that nobody can use it without your
Sir, I am in the process of coming up with something special. It is a special horse. And this horse is called electromagnetic locomotive horse. Yes, sir. This horse, how do I register?
You know, it's good that you already have a name. You understand? So immediately you are done, you come to the IP office, you trademark the name. Nobody can use that name except you.
Oh, sir, another question. My friend is also in the process of coming up with an umbrella. This umbrella, when it is raining, it connects straight to the ozone layer. And then the ozone layer will connect back to the umbrella. So it stops the rain from falling only on the person holding the umbrella. So this umbrella even has Wi-Fi. He's in the process. How can you register the process?
Yes.
You cannot register the process. However, immediately it's done, you should do well to come to the IP office and register.
Wow.
Okay? And please, let your friend know that whatever it is that is using, the process that is going through, you should make sure that certain details he gives to himself so that no one steals that.
Oh, yes.
Say, madam, please don't follow. Please, you see, we used to have big computers, and now we have laptops and tablets. Even with mobile phones, we used to have big ones, but now we have small, tiny ones. They all become the same function. It's not copyright. It's one person not copying the other person's innovation.
I understand where you are coming from. There's something we call patents. All patents seem to do is to upgrade on an already existing solution. You understand? So these things, let's stop with it. But it's new and you have tablets. You understand? So what they do is that you just patent the tablet. You understand? So that it doesn't reach any of
Yes, talking about already existing things. You all know yam.
Yes.
We have varieties of yam.
Yes.
Can you mention them? It's sweet. Very good. You know that the bonus. That sweet yam can be found only in a particular geographical location, just that area. So the community people can come together and register that in their name.
Geographical indication. So you realize that in the entire world, it is just that particular geographical location you can find that.
Are you trying to say that if I am a farmer, I have to register all the things
However, if you have a distinctive experiment that you have made, which sets your crop aside from other crops, you can, register that particular experiment under plant variety.
Same the best and the name is Agric. Same the best of pure water, Agric. And I also decide to sell, use my own pure water with the name Agric. And I register mine. Can she sue me for this? Oh, meaning she hasn't registered hers yet. Oh, then she has no problem.
That's why it's very important that immediately you come up with something which we can see, you come to that office and register. Have you all heard about the bamboo bicycle?
Yes. The bamboo. Yes, it's true. That young man is right here in town.
Yes. Hey, but I said, you know that in the
starters, about $200 start, and then we after registration, another amount is paid, and that's going to last for 10 years. So you have all of that liberty to own property rights for your innovation for 10 years, after which you have to re-register again, you understand? That is why it's very important to do all of this. So in a nutshell, what we are saying is that when you create these innovations, you don't stay there. Come to the industrial property office and register the department. And then register them. It gives us the right to protect.
Yes, and then talking about registering, you don't just take money to register.
Yes, we serve as an advisory body as well. So if you come and there's something that you don't understand, we'll take you through the process at your own
So no attempted. No. The youth innovation celebration. Youth innovation celebration. Creating our own for survival. Problem solving, we are the future. We can be innovative. We will pray for Ghana. Celebration.
At this point, we will take the keynote address from Honorable Alfred Chia Yeboah, Deputy Attorney General and Minister of Justice. Thank you.
Thank you very much, MC. Madam Registrar General, my own sister, Mrs. Chimama Owari, the head of Industrial Properties Office, the copyright administrator, the president of GJA, IP agents, and learned friends in the IP field, distinguished guests, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen. Sidney Harris, who lived between 1917 and 1986, wrote as follows, quote, "Nobody can be so amusingly arrogant as a young man who has just discovered an old idea and thinks it is his own," end quote. Ladies and gentlemen, I begin this speech with a provocative quotation for a purpose. For on a day set aside by the UN to celebrate intellectual property and its unsurpassed role in encouraging innovation and creativity, the young people of Ghana need a little jolt to wake up to the endless possibilities and protection that the intellectual property offers them. According to Ghana Youth Policy of 2010, youth is defined as those between the ages of 15 and 35. Suffice to say, I exited the hallowed ranks of youth some years ago and now I consider myself as an associate youth. Today's youth are incredible and largely untapped. Today's youth have an incredible and largely untapped source of creativity and ingenuity. There are around 1.8 billion young people aged 24 in the world today. 90% of them live in developing countries. The proportion of youth under 35 is set to increase in the coming years. In all regions, young people are natural agents of change, carving pathways to a better future. 60% of Africa's population is under the age of 25, making Africa a continent. That is our best secret weapon to leapfrog us into long overdue development. Ladies and gentlemen, intellectual property has two main branches: copyright, enabling rights, and industrial property. Copyright includes writings, musical works, dramatic works, audiovisual works, painting and drawings, sculptures, photographic works, architectural works, sound recording, performance of musicians, actors, and singers, and broadcasts. Whilst industrial property comprises trademarks for all goods and services, industrial designs for textiles and designs used in industries, geographical indications for location-specific and improved crops. Millennials and Gen Z are change makers. They are pragmatists and are not afraid to explore new ways of doing things by performing how we work and live in an increasingly interconnected digital environment. Today's youth are digital natives and warriors. They grew up in a connected world with mobile phones and the internet, where the lines between the physical and digital world is blurred. This has shaped a generation that's arguably the most entrepreneurial as they continue to change the way we solve problems, innovate, provide goods and services, and do business. The Ghanaian youth today are using applications such as Coursera, Udemy, and edX to study online. Clovo, Jumia Food, Bold Food, among others, do order for food in the comfort of their homes and offices while using Uber and Bolt Connect and delivery to get things they purchase from business online and sometimes in physical locations to get them. Distinguished guests, permit me to ask, in all this, what is their knowledge of the IP protections in the copyright and industrial property available to them for all this creativity and all the inventions that come up with it while using others? We are all aware of the case of the Ghanaian youth who pioneered the bamboo bicycle and lost some proprietary rights therein because of a little naivety, and a young electrical engineering graduate from KNUST who invented a multi-stage rice thresher, which is reducing wastage in rice harvesting in his community. I therefore commend the World Intellectual Property Organization for organizing and celebrating the youth in this year's theme, quote unquote, IP and youth, innovating for a better future, end quote. Distinguished guests, today youth fresh perspectives. Today youths go by fresh perspectives, energy, curiosity, and can do attitude, not to mention their hunger for a better future, and are already reshaping approaches and driving actions for innovation and change in business, in finance, in technology, and many others today. The world belongs to the youth, and to be out of touch with the youth is to be out of touch with the world. Across the globe, young people, from Bright Simmons to Mark Zuckerberg, are stepping up and have stepped up to innovation challenges using their energy and ingenuity, curiosity, and creativity to steer a course towards a better future. Innovative, energetic, and creative minds are helping to drive the change we need to move to a more sustainable future. Discover how intellectual property rights can support the youth of tomorrow to create a better future. World Intellectual Property Day 2022 is an opportunity for the youth to find out how IP rights can support their goals, help transform their ideas into reality, generate income, create jobs, and make a positive impact on the world around them. With IP rights, young people have access to some of the key tools they need to advance their ambitions. Throughout the campaign, young people will be able to gain a better understanding of how the tools of the IP system, trademarks, intellectual design rights, copyrights, patent, plant variety rights, geographical indications, trade secrets, and more can support the ambitions to build a better future. We also take a closer look at Wipo's role in supporting national and regional efforts to create a legal and policy environment for young inventors, creators, and entrepreneurs to thrive. We in Africa must take up this challenge most seriously because of our youth potential, and that we are the key to Africa's sustainable development. Why? Because almost 60% of Africa's population is under the age of 25, making Africa the world's youngest continent. We thus have a natural reservoir of talent, energy, and resources for our youth to leapfrog this continent and this country into its long overdue greatness. Distinguished guests, young people should take the mantle and confront global challenges and come up with solutions. We all do recall how the pandemic accelerated the utilization of our lives and work. The world resorted to Zoom for their meetings with its associated economic, social, and economic implications worldwide. Do not let us down, young people. Take IP protection seriously to augment your competitiveness in the channels of trade, and we will all be better and live a better life. Prove Sidney Harris wrong, will you? Thank you very much, and God bless you for listening to me.
Thank you, Honorable Deputy Minister, for that keynote address. We are very grateful for your admonition, and we promise as youths to take up the challenge. I hope we do. Thank you so very much. We now have Dr. Edward Kwaku, Assistant Director General, Global Challenges and Partnership Sector, Wipo, who is a Ghanaian, to give us the Wipo message from Wipo. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, or maybe it's still good morning for you. The Honorable Mr. Godfred Yabuadame, the Registrar General, Mrs. Jimaya, the Head of the IP Office, Mrs. Grace Isahak, distinguished participants, Ladies and gentlemen, and please, all protocols observed, I want to give a special shout out to the and of the COVID-19 pandemic has created so much uncertainty, particularly as it pertains to the future of work. Many aspects of our lives have been changed due to various challenges. I still believe this is the time more than ever to reimagine all of our futures. Let me quickly one example of an innovator, a young innovator doing just that. And this is actually hot off the press. So at Wipo, we just issued this morning a press release to announce the 10 at winnowing, and thus cuts down. For this particular competition, Wipo had requested that entrants on the theme, quote, "We are young and innovative, let's build IP," end quote. So the contest attracted 63 countries. And Wipo put together a group, created a short list of 20 videos. They narrowed down the 142 to 20, whole world to vote on the 20 videos. 36,819 votes cast for the 20 videos. And Wobil's video came second in the contest. So together with the first prize and third prize, we will screen them all at Wipo tonight when we have a day. Of course, it's going to be an honor for me to preside over the screening of Wobil's video this evening. Some fixed it so Wobil from Ghana could be voted second. But outside world, the voting. So this is a perfect example of Ghanaian. And examples like this bring a sense of pride to that which is African. Valley in the United States, or it's coming from Silicon Savannah in Kenya, and in our own Ghana. I believe youth ingenuity has the power to steer the trajectory of the world's economies and livelihoods in the right direction. So I firmly believe that technology and entrepreneurial spirit will be key in leveraging this ability that requires to see value in their ideas. And my wish is the youth may have the courage to start taking actionable steps towards achieving your dreams at a young age. If you would like to be an agent of change at a young age, please don't by the global scale of the problems before you. Rather, I would say, try to get involved in any capacity that you can, however small it may seem. And one way to do this, by regularly visiting the Wipo website and taking advantage of IP learning and training opportunities, as well as services for young innovators, for creators, and for small and medium-sized enterprises. To all the young innovative entrepreneurs who have joined us in this session today, I'd like to say keep up. Indeed, let me say keep up the great work. That's what you are doing, great work. Continue going beyond the ordinary, and always remember to create or to invent with purpose. You can. The best is yet to come. Let me thank you for your attention. Wish us all and a very productive and engaging world intellect.
Thank you so much, Edward Kweku, Doctor, for that key message from Wipo. At this point, we will take a musical interlude or a presentation from the dance group. If they are ready, that is. The dance group, please. Thank you. Thank you, ABD Broma Resident Drama Group of the National Theatre for the various dance interludes and the excellent play delivered. At this point, we would like to do a presentation to Mr. Joseph Kofi Nyako. Mr. Nyako has worked with the IP office for over 30 years and retired from active service in 2021. He was with the Registrar General's Department at the time. To do us this honor will be the Registrar General of okay. And to make the presentation, someone will receive it on his behalf, I understand. So, okay, thank you.
Receive it on his behalf. You have to unwrap it so we read it. Yeah. We read it for him. What is his position? Deputy Minister. Ladies and gentlemen, we are presenting this citation in honor of Mr. Joseph Kofi Nyako. Words fail us in describing your immense contribution in redefining service to our nation, Ghana. You have striven to leave monumental footprints of pragmatic change
excellent service delivery and visionary leadership in all your 38 years of service to our motherland, Ghana. In retrospect, we marvel at your transformative capacity and leadership, which has reshaped our service delivery and capacitated us to always give off our optimum output with the finest quality. You have demonstrated immense commitment to building this office, and you have challenged us to strive for excellence we thought was beyond our reach. Mr. Nyako, you have succeeded in not only building a strong team, but more importantly, a family of different backgrounds who love what they do. Thank you for making our job a lifestyle. Our hearts overflow with gratitude to you for instilling in us unique and time-tested values, ethics, and inspiring us through your actions. On this special occasion, we wish to celebrate you, a man of great achievement, deserving of great honor. Where is he? After. I hope you heard all the love words I gave you. Did you hear it all? With love, personally from me and from all gathered here, from the staff of the Industrial Property Office, Registrar General's Department, Mr. Joseph Kofinya.
Okay, so thank you for that presentation. Thank you, Mr. Nyako, for honoring our invitation. At this point, we would like to call on Mrs. Jemima M. Owari, the Registrar Generals of the Registrar General's Department, to give us the closing remark. Thank you.
Honorable Alfred Tuyayeboah, Deputy Attorney General and Minister of Justice. Okay. I'd like to introduce the Honorable Mark Okreku-Mante, who will give us some brief remarks before I continue.
Good morning. I'm not sure it's a slow environment. Good morning. I don't know. Is the woman the MC? Yes. Are you the MC? Yes, oh, you? Yes. And you didn't want me to speak? Sorry. You know where we've come from? I used to work with her years ago. She was at the corporate office, and I was at Kosga. Yes. And so this is a special day for people who have worked in the creative space. Thank you, corporate office. I see Registrar General involved in this. The IP conversation should not be an event. It should be a process. It should live with us forever. Every day, we should discuss this on radio, television, and more, social media and all. It should be so because the world, even those in the past, can decide to play with IT, but moving forward, we cannot decide to take IP for granted. Everything we do today has a degree of intellectual property. Our fashion, our technology, our creativity, our culture, everything is intellectual property. Unfortunately, in the past, we have relatively taken it for granted somehow. And that is why you find out that some great performers, people in the creative space, happen to die poor, because we have left that side of the creative industry. I'm sure in recent time you've heard of some pallbearers who have gotten some money. Do you know about the story? The young ones especially. Really, somebody decides to dance with coffin. Bottom line, somebody decides to dance with coffin, and then somebody buys it for 1 million, whether it is cedis or dollars, I do not know. Is it cedis or dollars? Dollars. If you had told my grandmother that this could bring money, she would have argued with you. You had told my dad, same. Even myself, I would have argued. But that is how the creative industry works. Something that looks that simple can become a lot of money in future. And so we must all get ready to embrace this new world, especially in the technological space, the apps and all of that. It is a lot of money. It creates jobs for young people. You can use that as a marketing tool for your culture. The revenues from the creative space, too, especially when you are close to your IP, what you get is that it is infinite. Bob Marley still makes money. Michael Jackson still makes money. It is because their IP systems are working. And so it's about time we fixed ours. We've gone through some evolution over the years. Kosga, to those of you who do not know the history, the younger ones, it used to be the Copyright Society, which today we call GAMRO, ASOG, or Copy Ghana, used to be Kosga. And Kosga was for government. Some industry people fought, and today it is private. It is for the industry. And so, those of you coming up, you must study the history and know where we've come from and where we're going, and why it is important to get close to intellectual property. You might think that as of today, you don't really work in the creative space, and so you do not care about intellectual property. You must care because you are likely to infringe on somebody's right, not knowing. And so you must know so that you do not step on the toes of someone. And for your information, if you are taken to court for infringing on somebody's right and you lose the case, you are going to pay a lot of money. So you must show interest. I wouldn't want to continue with my long talk, but I just want you to know that there is a forthcoming creative arts school, which is senior high school in Kumasi. President Akufo-Addo mentioned this in the State of the Nation address. He said the school was 70% complete, and so hopefully by end of this year, the school should be ready. Again, because it is senior high school, it is free. Take advantage of this school when it is ready. We are going to make sure that IP will be in your DNA when you go through the school. Thank you for at least waiting for me. I'd been here earlier on, you were not ready. I had to go for another program, and then I came back because we must make sure our IP system works in this country. Thank you.
Honorable Alfred Tuah-Yeboah, Deputy Attorney General and Minister of Justice. Honorable Mark Okreku-Mante, Deputy Minister, Tourism and Culture. Mr. Roland Afel-Moni, President, Ghana Journalists Association. Mr. Richard Dua-Ansah, Representative of the Dean of the Faculty of Law, UPSA. Ambassador Perpetual Dufu, Coordinating Director for International Organizations, Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration. Mrs. Grace Isahak, Head, Ghana Industrial Property Office. Mr. Bessa Simons, Acting President, Musica. My distinguished IP agents and learned friends in the IP field. the Ebibrigoma Resident Dance and Drama Group, National Theatre of Ghana, all my distinguished youth gathered here this morning, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, media collaborators. It's my pleasant duty to make these remarks by way of closing. This program, I know, has engendered in all of us a renewal of spirit about this most important area of law in our lives, intellectual property, because it is around us everywhere and we live it every single day. We hope that those new to IP will be enlightened to put it where it truly belongs, at the top of our artistic, scientific, economic priorities. As you have now acquired a sense of its cross-cutting importance in the arts, agriculture, business, trade, science and technology, and most recently, artificial intelligence. For those already acquainted with it, fresh perspectives in this ever-changing subject matter of IP, and strive to do more with it as all great nations have. Thank you all for coming. May God bless our homeland Ghana and make her great and strong. Dare I say, with intellectual property. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Owari, for the closing remark. At this point, we want to take the vote of thanks from Ms. Viola A. Keya. Sorry about that if I missed your name.
Thank you very much for butchering my name. You'll be fine. Growing up from my Saito days, we used to be very excited about our day, vacation day, that we used to sing, tomorrow, tomorrow, our day, tomorrow, tomorrow, our day. Today is our day. So for that matter, I say, today, 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 all too soon. We've come to the end of this, our celebration. And what do we have to say? All we have to say is thank you, Lord, for a special day. We were so scared about the weather, but thankfully, God has been gracious.